Okay. Hello, hello, everybody. I'm so grateful to everybody who showed up live. And if you're watching the recording, awesome. I want to first mention that we are moving into the very last part of the moon cycle. So, in this final part of the moon cycle before our new moon, which is in a couple days, it's really important for us to heal, to let go, and to surrender. This last part of the moon cycle is a really powerful time for us to it's like our last opportunity before the new moon comes, when we really are wrapped in this very supportive healing energy. Okay, because when the new moon comes, we plant those seeds, we set those intentions, and we really move into more of a doing type energy rather than a surrendering and a receiving type energy. Okay, so I want you for a moment, and it will probably be helpful, at least in the beginning, because we're going to start and end with a little bit of writing. So if you have paper and pencil near you, that's awesome. And if you don't have it near you, you might want to go and grab it if you like to. But I want to first ask you to reflect on why you showed up live today, or why you chose to press play and watch the recording. What is your intention for this session? Why did you take time out of your schedule to press play or to join us live? What result are you hoping to gain from this session? Or what insight are you hoping to gain? Or what breakthrough or aha moment are you seeking? So really connect with that intention. And if you feel called to share your intention, you can unmute, you can share with us, let us know. You can put your intention in the chat, or you can keep it just for yourself. Totally up to you. Okay.
Yeah, I'd just like to share something. Dawn, it was just amazing to meet you just prior to this session. And you mentioned the importance and power of the moon ending phase. And my reason of being here is literally just being able to understand how that power impacts every phase of life. And honestly, I felt a pull. I just felt this vibe, and I said, no, I need to go and be with her and just see. So that's my initial reaction. Thank you.
Awesome. Awesome. Very cool. All right. So let's start with a little bit, and you guys can actually, yes, we will, let's stop our videos for this part as we move into our meditation. So starting with tapping on, actually, I'm going to turn my video on just for this part in case you're not familiar with tapping. And take a nice deep breath. And we're going to tap our head. Take another nice deep breath if you'd like. Tie the eyebrow, nice deep breath. And what we're doing here is we're just kind of clearing out any of the day-to-day stress that you might be experiencing right now. Maybe you had a busy morning, something didn't go quite your way so far today, and you're holding on to some frustration. Okay, let's just clear this out before we dive into the deeper stuff. The side of the eye, and under the eye. If you want to take a nice deep breath. And then under the nose. chin. You could take another nice deep breath if you'd like. And if you're wondering, am I doing this correctly? There's no right or wrong right now. There's no right or wrong. Another nice deep breath. And under the arm. And then when you're ready, go ahead and rub your hands together. Put them over your chest. And I want you to ask yourself this question. If I were to release one thing right now, today, what would it be? So if I were to release one thing today, what would it be? And I want you to just notice what thoughts are coming through. Notice how your body is feeling right now. Notice if there's an emotion that's really present in your body. Notice how that feels. If you're having a hard time connecting with your body, maybe try wiggling your toes or bringing your attention to your legs and your feet. And just notice what is coming through for you. If you are feeling a little stressed or a little worried that nothing is coming through, sit with that emotion, that stress or frustration. And I want you to get some clarity around this thing that came up for you. Maybe it was a pattern, maybe a pattern of being busy and feeling a little guilty that you're taking out an hour of your day to do something like this. Maybe there's a belief that's coming through, like things are just hard for you. Maybe there's an emotion. And I want you to ask yourself, what would life be like if you were to release this emotion, this pattern, this belief? So, what would you gain from this? How would life be different? And then I want you to ask yourself, what would you lose by giving this up, by releasing this? Is this pattern protecting you in some way? Is this pattern preserving something in your life? And what we're going to do now is we're going to welcome this feeling, this belief, this pattern. We're just going to welcome it into our body. We're going to welcome every part of this thing. Maybe you can make this even bigger. Make this pattern even bigger. Make this emotion even more intense. And really think about turning the dial up so you can really feel this. You can really experience this and welcome it all into your body. Notice if there's any fear around this. Notice if there's any resistance. Notice if there's any attachments to this thing. Many times, these patterns have a very positive intent in the beginning. It's very good to feel safe and comfortable and be in familiar surroundings, right? And as we grow and evolve, there's so much pain in letting go of these patterns. When the ego is dying, right? It's hard. But there's also so much pain in growth and in moving forward. So it's choosing which pain do we want? There's no easy route. But there's so much joy and freedom in the growth process, in this expansion. So welcome this pattern into your body, into your heart. And notice your breath. Really pay attention to how you're breathing. Notice all the feelings in your body right now. Bring your attention to the way your body feels. Notice all the feelings in your body. Notice if there's tension or tightness in any part of your body. And focus on your breathing. Take nice deep breaths as you welcome in all of this pattern. As you welcome in this belief. As you welcome in all these feelings. Just notice how your body feels. Now think about holding your hands out in front of you. Maybe they're about a foot apart. Okay, so you hold your hands, they're not touching, they're not together. And in your left hand, go ahead and put this pattern or this belief or this emotion that you're feeling. Go ahead and put that into your left hand. And think about a time when you were very young, maybe between 5 and 10 years old, where this pattern made sense. It was very helpful. It helped you fit in with your family. It helped you cope with things that were happening in your life. Maybe it helped keep you safe or secure, comfortable. And send it so much love and compassion because it did a wonderful job at that time. You may start to notice that your left hand feels a little bit heavy, feels a little heavier than your right hand, or that there's an actual sensation in your left hand right now. Just notice. There's no judgment. Just notice. And in your right hand, I want you to think about what part of you was disowned by having this pattern be so present and so alive and so big in your life. So, what part of you were you not paying attention to, or you were not shedding light on, or really honoring? So, for example, if the pattern was to stay small and safe and comfortable, to only do small things or to only do things that you knew were safe and familiar, maybe the part of you that you were disowning is the part of you that wants to be bold and brave and larger than life, that wants to be out there in a big way, making a big impact. If the part of you or that pattern was this fear of losing everything that you have and being completely broke, the part of you that you're disowning is this part of you that can be completely abundant, that can have everything, that can have so much wealth or love or prosperity or abundance, whatever that looks like for you. So think about the side of you that wasn't being seen or heard because this pattern had so much strength. I want you to feel that in your body. Feel this part of you that you were disowning. Feel it in your body. You can put that into your right hand. You can even visualize yourself, this part of you that has been disowned, this abundant part or this bold part, whatever it is for you. Picture you living that truth, honoring that part of you. And when you're ready, notice how your hands seem to want to come together. There seems to be some magnetic force in between your hands, these two patterns. And notice how they're slowly coming together. And as they begin touching, go ahead and bring both of these patterns together in the same ball, in the same part of your hand. And when you're ready, bring your hands up to your chest. And take a couple deep breaths. Notice how these patterns are integrating. Notice how your body feels right now. Just pay attention to your breath. And when you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes and pick up your journal, your pen or pencil, and ask yourself where you have resistance or judgments or attachments or fear around letting this go, letting this old pattern go. And go ahead and write down anything that's coming up for you. Any fear, resistance, judgments, or attachments. And I'm going to go ahead and put on some music. So let's do this for about 5 minutes, just journaling whatever is coming to your mind. So looking at your reflection, looking at the journaling that you just did, I want you to ask yourself again a really powerful question. If I were to know exactly what to release so that I'm open to receiving, what would it be? So if I were to know exactly what to release to open myself up for receiving, what would it be? And I want you to just notice, just check in with your body, notice how you feel, notice what thoughts are coming through. Ask yourself, why? Why is it going to be so powerful to release this thing, this pattern, this emotion, this belief, this circumstance, this judgment, this resistance, this attachment, this fear, right? What is this going to do for your life when you let this go? And I want you to pull that picture up in your mind. How different your life will be when you release this pattern. Go ahead and make the lines clearer. If the picture is a little fuzzy, go ahead and tighten up those lines. Make the image a little sharper. Make the colors a little brighter. What can you do to make this image even more appealing? So you just want to jump right into this image. Like you want this to be your life right now. What can you do to make this image more attractive, more appealing? Can you add music? What music would it be? Can you add a certain smell? And what would that be? And go ahead and sit with this image for a moment. Notice how you feel, what you see, what you hear. Notice if you're touching something. And when you're ready, you can go ahead and step out of the image. If you're in it, you can go ahead and step out of it. And I want you to ask yourself, how can I release this thing so I can have this? So I can have this with so much more ease. So how can I release this resistance, this judgment, this belief, this circumstance, so I can have what I want, so I can have this image with so much more ease? And then when you're ready, go ahead and put your hands on your chest. And I want you to call forward, to call on this resistance or this pattern and bring this into your body. Bring this judgment, this pattern, this resistance, this emotion Bring it into your body and let yourself know that you're not running away from this hard work, that you're ready to do this, that you're ready to feel all the emotions, that you trust that this is what you need right now. And feel all the things in your body and breathe. Remember to breathe. Focus on your breath. If you want, you can try to turn up this emotion, make this emotion even more intense, or make this pattern even stronger. And keep breathing. It's so important to trust the process, to understand that feeling these feelings and allowing them to be present is allowing them to be released, giving them permission to be released. The fear of feeling them, the fear of these patterns is so much worse than to actually feel it and let it go. Remember to breathe. And when you're ready, go ahead and put this pattern or this emotion, whatever it is, put it into a ball. You can hold it in both of your hands. And notice that when you're observing this pattern or this emotion or this belief, that this is not you. You're holding the space for this thing to exist. You are not your pattern. You are not your emotion. You are not your beliefs. You're the observer. So holding this in your hands, send it so much love and compassion and forgiveness. Let it know that you understand it was here for a reason. It kept you safe. It kept you comfortable. It preserved something important in your life. And you're grateful for that. Send it so much love and compassion and feel all the love and compassion and forgiveness in your body. Really feel that in your body. And focus on, if you're starting to feel a little bit ungrounded or a little bit like high in the sky and that doesn't feel comfortable for you, bring your attention to your legs and your feet. Wiggle your toes. Feel how the ground feels underneath your feet and make sure that you're bringing your attention to the lower half of your body, your safety, your security, your trunk. Just feel all this love and compassion and forgiveness in your body and turn it up. Turn up the intensity. Notice if you feel it in a particular part of your body, in your chest, in your back, in your stomach, in your legs. And when you're ready, you can send that pattern off into the distance. You can think about just kind of gently tossing it into the breeze. You could think about throwing it way out into the wilderness, out into the distance. You can think about kind of blowing on it and watching it just slowly float off. You could think about, like, if you put it in a bubble, popping the bubble and smashing it with a hammer. You could think about whatever you want, whatever resonates most with you. And when you're ready, go ahead and put your hands on your chest again. And bring that image to your mind again of what life will be like for you when you let this pattern go. And if you want to step into the picture, you can step into the picture. If you want to see things through your own eyes, you can imagine that you are in the picture, experiencing it as yourself, or you can watch yourself experiencing this new life where this pattern, this resistance, this fear isn't so strong anymore. Maybe it's gone, or maybe it's weakened. It's not as powerful. And think about really turning up the feelings. Maybe making the image brighter, making the lines a little sharper. If there's music you can add. What do you notice? What do you see? What do you feel? And go ahead and take a deep breath. And when you're ready, go ahead and open up your journal again and your pen or pencil, and write about anything you feel called to reflect on right now. Maybe you're called to reflect on the pattern that you're working to release. Maybe you had an insight or a breakthrough in the meditation that you want to reflect on, that you want to write down. Maybe you want to draw a picture. Maybe you want to doodle. Whatever you feel called to do, let's go ahead and take a couple minutes and reflect in our journal. Okay. And now I want you to tap into your gratitude. Give yourself so much praise and appreciation for taking the time out of your busy day to be here. So you can think about rubbing your hands together, putting them over your chest, taking a nice deep breath, and sending yourself so much gratitude and love and appreciation. So you just did some really powerful work. And I want you to ask yourself, what is my next step forward? Or how can I move forward with more ease? Or maybe, what is my next step in the healing process? And go ahead and listen. Listen to what comes through. Notice how your body feels. Notice what thoughts come through. And when you're ready, go ahead and reach your arms up. Take a nice deep breath. And when you're ready to exhale, bring your arms down. Exhale. Let's do this 3 times. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale. Bring your arms down. And one more time. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale. Bring your arms down. And I want you to think back to your intention at the beginning of our call. What was your intention? Were you looking for a particular insight or breakthrough or aha moment? And what came through for you in the session?